I remember the taste before I remember the pain. Bitter, metallic, wrong. The kind of taste your body recognizes as danger before your mind can catch up. I looked across the dining table at the woman I trusted with my life, and in her eyes, I saw something I had never seen before. Not love, not guilt, but calculation. And in that moment, I realized my wife wasn't trying to hurt me. She was trying to kill me. Before we go any further, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment where you're watching from. Stories like this are warnings, and someone out there needs to hear it. My name is Daniel Cross. To the world, I was a successful investor, a man whose name was tied to assets, land, companies, and generational wealth worth nearly $10 trillion. To most people, that number doesn't even feel real. To my wife, it was everything. But what no one knew was that my wealth didn't protect me. It painted a target on my back. I met Laura when I was building my empire, not after. She knew the long nights, the stress, the failures. She held my hand when deals collapsed and smiled when they finally worked. Or at least that's what I thought. We married quietly, lived privately, and for years I believed I had found someone who loved me for who I was, not what I owned. The change was slow, too slow to notice. She started traveling more, guarding her phone, laughing at messages she wouldn't explain. I told myself I was paranoid. Powerful men are warned not to doubt loyalty without proof. I ignored the distance growing between us like a crack in a wall you pretend isn't spreading. Then came the dinner. Laura cooked that night, which was rare. Candlelight, wine, a softness in her voice I hadn't heard in months. She watched me closely as she placed the plate in front of me. Her smile just a second too forced. I took a bite. That's when my throat tightened. My stomach twisted violently. The room spun. I dropped the fork. Laura jumped up, pretending to panic, but her eyes betrayed her. She was watching, waiting, timing something. I collapsed onto the floor, my chest burning like fire, my vision blurring. Somewhere in the chaos I heard her say, "Daniel? Daniel?" But there was no urgency in her voice. I survived because my body rejected the poison fast enough. Vomiting, convulsions. The ambulance arrived because the security system I had installed years earlier detected my collapse, not because she called for help. In the hospital, the truth unraveled faster than I was ready for. Blood tests confirmed it. Poison. Deliberate. Measured. Not an accident. The police questioned Laura. She cried beautifully. Said it must have been contaminated food. Said she loved me. Said she would never hurt me. I watched from the bed, weak but awake, and for the first time I saw how convincing she could be. What she didn't know was that wealth teaches you one brutal Luger to verify everything. I had investigators. Quiet ones. Within 48 hours, they found him. His name was Michael, younger, charismatic. A man Laura had been seeing for over a year. The messages were explicit. The plans even more so. They talked about my money like it was already theirs. About how once I was gone, they would disappear together. About how he won't suffer long. Reading those words hurt more than the poison ever could. When confronted, Laura didn't deny it. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She looked at me with cold honesty and said, "You had everything." I wanted a life. That sentence changed me forever. She wasn't sorry. She was frustrated that it failed. The case exploded publicly. Headlines screamed betrayal, greed, attempted murder. People asked how a man with that much power could almost die in his own home. The answer was simple. Love disarms you. Trust blinds you. Laura was arrested. Michael disappeared. My lawyers locked down my assets. Every document, every will, every contingency rewritten. I cut her off completely. No access, no sympathy, no forgiveness. But the hardest part wasn't the legal battle. It was the silence afterward. The realization that the person I slept beside for years was capable of watching me die for money in another man's arms. Recovery took months. Therapy took longer. I learned that survival isn't just physical, it's psychological. You rebuild trust piece by piece, starting with yourself. Today, I'm alive, stronger, wiser, and alone by choice. I tell this story not for pity, but as a warning. Wealth doesn't attract love, it attracts masks. And sometimes the most dangerous enemy isn't a stranger, it's the person pouring your drink, smiling across the table, waiting for you to take one more bite. If this story taught you anything, let it be this. Never ignore your instincts, never confuse loyalty with comfort, and never assume the people closest to you are incapable of betrayal. Because I almost paid for love with my life,